righty, and we are live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and somewhere else in the metaverse where we're at. And welcome to the Broken Spoke Taphouse. It's time now for the Sea Valley News Sports podcast from the Broken Spoke Taphouse. We're here on a Tuesday, and as you are getting ready to come and call it a day, forget dinner, forget any of that stuff. Come over here. Let Max and our chef take care of you here, and we'll make sure that Chef Mark gets you all set up. We are glad to be here at the Amador Live, getting ready for another big couple of things that are coming down. And I tell you what, Amador Days tickets on sale now. Get them while you can, can't you?
Yeah, we're doing the. There you go. Yeah, we have the early bird sale going on, and those are going to be good until they're gone. And then we'll still have plenty for general admission and Amador access, but now's the best time to buy because you save some money.
There you go. You got 3 big days, a lot of entertainment. Who's coming up, Max, so people know?
So it's going to be May 5th, 6th, and 7th. So Thursday, we have A.B. Quintanilla III with the Cumbia Kings, which will be big.
That's Selena's brother.
Yeah, Selena's brother. The Cumbia Kings. And then opening for him will be Frank Ray, which is going to be awesome. And we also have, let's see, that day we have, sorry, I get it all scrambled around. I think Satisfied with Carlos Salceda is going to be there. And then we also have...
I can bring it up here, and if you need me to, we'll get them. But 3 solid days.
I got there's 12 bands, so I get them all mixed up. But that's the headliners for Thursday. And then, Radio La Chusma out of El Paso is Thursday as well.
There you go.
And then Friday, we have the headliner is Chris Perez with Grupo Metal. He was Selena's husband. Mm-hmm. And he's got a pretty cool rock band that's doing really well. So he's going to be here with us on Friday. And then we have Los Energy Boys with Bree Bagwell.
There you go.
They're going to be featured that night as well. Unleashed will be here. And let's see, who else do we have that day? We have, I think we have another Norteño band that night. I got to double check which one it is. And then, of course, the big day on Saturday, we have the Huracanes del Norte, Revancha, Norteña. And then we're going to have Cheche Rodriguez back. And then we also have Frecuencia and a couple other ones. And then in addition to that, we'll have a beer garden out here set up in the parking lot with fat crates. They're going to be bringing a bunch of artists. So we have basically 2 stages going on. It's our version of a mini music festival, if you will. And it's the way to kick off the summer.
Even the mayor himself plans to be here. He retweeted that as soon as he could.
He'll be here for one of them.
Yeah, he'll be here for one of them for sure. So I know we'll have to make sure he's taken care. I tell you what, we're going to make sure everyone's taken care of. Also, we got a lot of good things coming up this week. We got NFL playoff football, and on a Saturday you can watch it here.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you watch all the games?
Yeah, I'm still kind of a little upset about the 49er game, but that's all right. You know,
oh my gosh,
14 yards and let's just 14 seconds and let's run the ball down the middle. I mean, I'm not expert in calling. I have no idea either. So,
well, I'm a Raider fan, so I was just as heartbroken. Well,
there was a whistle there that came out of nowhere. That just.
Yeah, we were lucky to be there. I can't believe how bad Arizona did last night. I
mean, no Cardinal fans have thrown in the towel already.
Gosh,
I don't know where they were.
So bad, but we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, we'll have everything going over the weekend. So come on down, enjoy a couple of pints and some food. And along those lines, our new menu is out. We're promoting it starting February 1st, but you can come in and get any of the items right now. It's already out if you show up here.
All right.
And so it's a whole new menu for both sides, both Broken Spoke and Amador. So
come February, Chef Mark's going to come back and he's going to show us some of the cuisines, and he'll be back here.
Yeah, he'll come in. Maybe we'll get him in here next week and kind of start to do a prelim.
I like to do that.
Yeah, but we got the kitchens doing it, and the servers are learning it, and you can come in right now tonight and get any of the new items. So,
but you have to come in tonight and do it that way, and then you get to see it before anybody else does. So you get the sneak peek. You take care of the family. There's a dinner.
I think there's 15 new items, so there's a lot of stuff on there.
And by the way, we're going to count down to St. Patrick's Day. No, March is just around the corner, and we've got some big things coming.
Well, we have Valentine's Day too. So I got another announcement about that. So it looks like we were just talking about it right before we got on the air. 575 will be opening Valentine's Day weekend.
Valentine's Day weekend. So here it is.
We'll be reopening 575. You heard it here first.
Finally.
Yeah. And,
I know. damn Omicron and everything that showed up that threw everything behind.
Yeah, we decided to go ahead and go. So we're going to open it, and it's going to have a little bit different feel, a little different vibe. It's going to have more of a club vibe, but I think Cruces is going to appreciate it. And then, of course, after that will be St. Patty's Day, and we're basically wrapping 3 years of pent-up St. Patty's Day rage into 1 year. So we even have T-shirts that still say 2020.
Yeah,
so
we need to get rid of
those too.
We need to get rid of those. Come on by.
Yeah.
Of course, Amador Live on Facebook. That's where you can do it. But get those tickets for the Amador Days. You do not want to miss out. St. Patty's Day, Valentine's Day, the reopening of 575. You heard it, and the new menu items. Plus, I also have to mention the hours too. Have we changed those now?
Yeah, those all the new menu and new hours all come out on the 1st.
Okay.
But the menu's out now. You can come in and get it.
So we can be back here for lunch.
Yes.
All right. I'm looking
lunch
forward.
will be rolling.
This will be the place I want to get away when I need to get away from the office.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with the nicer, warmer weather that's coming. But it's already been pretty nice for a winter.
Until today, I don't know what this little thing was, but hey, whatever, I'll take it.
Well, as long as in a month it's not around, then we're going to be fine because MSU baseball kicks off in a month.
That's right.
So,
yeah,
right.
I'm excited to hear about that tonight.
Well, Mike Kirby's our guest. He's going to be coming in. So, and of course, you're going to have to go out a couple times to Pressyaskew Field out there.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll let you throw the first pitch.
I've already been asked that, and we'll see what happens.
Have you ever gotten it across the plate?
Barely.
Barely?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
How fast do you think you can throw it?
Oh, not very fast.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Just, give me a couple of Carford blocks and I'm all right. I'll show you how fast I'm throwing.
Yeah. But, no, it's good to have you guys back. It's good to see Coach. And, more to come. We got some more announcements about St. Patty's Day next week. So.
All right, keep listening for that. But you heard it here first. 575 opening up Valentine's Day weekend.
Yep.
Make sure to get your friends. Max, thank you so much again, man. No problem. And we won't talk about the Cardinals. I know you're already wearing the Diamondbacks hat. I think you've suffered enough for a year in Arizona sports. So come on in, Coach. Yeah, that was tough. Yeah, Coach Kirby is going to join us now. Mike Kirby, the head baseball coach at New Mexico State University, is our special guest. Glad to have you along, Coach. Yeah, I was going to say, his Diamondbacks didn't have a good year last year in Major League Baseball. That's a tough one, wasn't it?
That was tough. Not everyone can win, as you know.
No, I tell you what. But I tell you who's going to be the big winner is college baseball. Major League Baseball decides, hey, we can't get our stuff together here, and it's all about the money. You and I were talking before this. We think they'll get it towards the beginning of opening day. But, when it comes this close, at least one thing's certain, college baseball players, they're playing, and that's great.
Yeah, our guys are really excited. We're getting ready to kick this thing off. Guys have been working hard, and we may get a few extra fans. Who knows?
I tell you what, we're going to get a lot of fans, and the reason why is all the great stuff that's coming to Pressyaskew Field. Let's talk about the facility upgrades. What a difference an off-season makes, and this is something that you are very much working with Mario on to improve this program, and just by looking at how the stadium looks, the way the field has been taken care of, and now some added facilities, it is certainly putting us up there, and no doubt one of the creme de la creme when it comes in the WAC.
Yeah. Absolutely, Ernest. So it's definitely helped in recruiting. Our awesome hitting facility that we got donated by the Johnsons is really, it's really tight. You got to get over there and check it out. We've been during football season. We tailgated in there quite a bit with the team, and I just don't know how we used to get our work in, quite frankly, without this unbelievable facility.
The hitting facility accommodates how many batters, or how many can it do there?
Oh, we have four different tunnels in there. I mean, we usually run 20 guys in there at a time. And the other 20 will go out on main diamond, shag, base run, and break it up a little bit.
Of course, I always used to hear people, and I remember back in the old days when the press box wasn't even there. Now we have a press box that's really great. You also have shade that's designed with the chair back seats. It's really become a very top-notch facility in just a short amount of time.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. It has all the makings to be one of the top mid-major schools in the country. I mean, it's awesome with the Oregon Mountains in the backdrop. It's beautiful.
And, of course, just like anywhere else, just like how people like hitting at Coors Field, they certainly love hitting at Pressyaskew Field. Suddenly, batting averages go up a little bit there when visitors and home teams play.
Yeah, typically the hitting coaches are smiling and the pitching coaches have some tears in their eyes a little bit. So one of our players, we have a new player, Logan Galena, that's from Golden West College in Southern California, and we were doing exit interviews, and I asked him, Logan, what do you think about the fall? He looked at the whole staff and he said, I really like the altitude. As Logan hit a bunch of home runs in the fall, so he loves it here.
Players love hitting the ball. They love getting out there, getting it going. And I know that's one of the big keys is with all this new stuff that come in. How did recruiting come in for you as you head into the upcoming season, which is less than a month away?
Yeah, really excited. I thought Coach Zuniga, Coach Pritchard did a fabulous job going all over the country. We got a top 100 player in the country out of California, Nick Peoples. I can mention his name because he signed his national letter of intent. So, yeah, recruiting just really have improved our team tenfold.
Well, I'll tell you what's interesting here, too, is now this has got to be interesting for, let's say, the new player from California and any other new player that's coming in, because at least for this season and one more season, it's WAC baseball play. And this will be interesting. And we upgraded the WAC with 4 schools that came in, Lamar, Abilene Christian. Also, then you're going to have Southern Utah coming in from the Big Sky. Do they have baseball, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. So you bring a lot of Texas schools along with UTRGV that's been around. You still got Sac State that loves hanging out in the WAC because obviously the Big West doesn't have that much room for them, I guess, or the WCC part. And then you got Cal Baptist. You got all these schools, Northern Colorado, which needs a home to play as well.
Seattle.
You know, you have a very diverse, but yet you put all these teams in, and the more teams you have a pretty big conference with a lot of potential.
Correct. Really getting real competitive. I had my first taste of the WAC really last year, and I was pleasantly surprised with the level of play, especially the pitching and the level of coaching in there. Really surprised.
You see a team like Utah Valley, and you see how they upgrade, and they are trying to be competitive every year, don't you?
Absolutely. I just spoke with their head coach 2 days ago, and could be a sleeping giant. They have a really nice facility. I'm assuming he's going to go into Arizona and California and grab a bunch of junior college players and try to get competitive in a hurry.
So you're a new player. You come in. You're going to spend at least 2 seasons in the WAC, and then all of a sudden there's a change because then it's Conference USA time. But Conference USA, then you bring in 2 schools that New Mexico State used to play when they were in the Sun Belt, Western Kentucky and Middle Tennessee and Liberty, where they have got a lot of money going into that program, don't they?
Yeah, there'll be some excellent facilities with Liberty being one of those. I know I've seen their baseball facility and it's really top notch. So I really think that's going to help in recruiting as well.
Well, I tell you what. So now, if you're a player, you're going to get all this exposure, but you're also going to have a frequent mileage card if you got Southwest Airlines, and this will be a great deal to get some good time to go home around Christmas senior year time.
Correct. Maybe I can become an A-lister. Let's go.
Let's talk about your team and what else is looking forward to. Obviously, hitting has been a big tradition at New Mexico State University. Who are some of the hitters that we're looking at bringing in this year?
Yeah, Logan Galena, left-handed hitter from California, had an awesome fall. Really put balls all over the field. AJ Garcia, another junior college transfer. Brandon Dieter, not new, but had an excellent fall as well. We have a number of we definitely have a lot more depth. A lot more power. I can tell the strength and conditioning. These guys have put in a lot of work, and they look impressive.
And then, of course, it becomes, like you say, Presley Askew Field, sometimes a pitching coach's nightmare, but also fun. What are we looking at pitching-wise, and what are the Aggies bringing in?
Yeah, Coach Zuniga has done a fabulous job with the staff. I want to say we have a number of guys that are running the ball up upwards of 90 miles an hour. They're pretty good. I like when I started, I've coached in a couple different conferences, the Pac-12, and I have six guys that I feel confident. Hey, take the ball, let's go.
I tell you what, from you came in like in a year. It's been around that time. What you were just getting your feet wet, getting everything going. What did you learn in your first year the season? Obviously, going through COVID and not being able to play, get some other things. What did you find out were some of the things that you worked on?
Really, being able to compensate and adjust. There's a lot of stuff getting thrown our way at the last minute from when we were driving to UNLV to start our season, our league opener, and had to turn our bus around. That starts playing on your mind. And these kids put in a lot of work, and some of them it's their last year. So yeah, it's we've definitely kept our eye on that.
How many players from that last season that were seniors decided to stick around and be a part of the program for this coming up year?
Off the top of my head, maybe two or three.
And how many decided to take off?
Most of those kids, they were super seniors.
Okay. So
Ernesto, they were like 6 years, and they're like, buddy, 6 years of running the hill. Mm-hmm. That's long enough for me.
Gotcha.
And at some point, these guys are bright individuals and going to be really successful in life and just ready to get out in the world and make some money.
Well, I'm glad. Hopefully, have some of them made some money? Have you caught up with some of them to see where they're at?
No, I have not. I have not. Well, I've talked to them. I don't know how much money they're making your first year out of college. I don't think they're buying houses right off the bat, but I just know they're going to be successful in whatever they choose to do.
It's always a battle in the state of New Mexico, the Lobos field, when Ray Birmingham was there, and of course he just recently retired, that they've had to say, hey, we're going to get the top-notch players in the state. How's it been looking to recruit in the state, and what have you found?
Yeah, we're always looking to get the best players in the state. And there's always going to be some competition. I know they have a new head coach, have spoken with him a number of times, and really want to get the rivalry back for the state. So we're going to look to play them, start playing them maybe 5 times a year, a weekend series, and maybe schedule a game in El Paso at the AAA Stadium as well.
So have a game between the Aggies and Lobos at the Chihuahua Stadium?
Correct.
How many games do we look at Southwest Stadium this year that you might play?
2.
2. Okay, and those will be against 2?
Correct.
The Lobos.
Yeah,
okay, the New Mexico.
Yes.
So you did bring back a weekend series and a couple of weekday series?
I don't know if we have them on the weekend this year. It's starting next year. Yes, because by the time he got here, the schedules are done years in advance. We're working on 24 right now.
And you think that'll be important? And what about Texas Tech? Will we still continue a rivalry with them in Arizona?
That's a difficult road trip. The turnaround on that trip's about 24 hours. And that can tax your team. Being a student athlete is already hard enough with a full-time job and coming out and competing on the field. So basically, when I talked to Coach, I just said, hey, if you want to come to my field, I'll go to yours.
Okay, so that's
kind of where it's at right now. We do have University of Arizona coming in to the SKU this year. That'll be exciting, and as well as we're going there.
So a nice home and home series to go back during the week.
Correct.
Okay, so a lot of people always say, I've always looked at Tuesday baseball. It's always like Friday, you got your starters, then you get your best pitchers. You go on Sunday. Tuesday's always that weird day for pitching and trying to get everything going, but it's always a lot of fun when it comes to how far a game can go and how many runs are going to be scored as well.
Absolutely. Typically, you're right on. Typically, the midweek games are what they call a staff game, where we're just going to Ernesto, you have the first inning, I have the second, Coach Zuniga has the third, and typically, when you're running games like that, one or two things will happen. Your guys will get ahead and throw strikes, and they don't have to go one time through the lineup, possibly. Less than that, 4 hitters. Or it could be it's 2-0, and you don't have sharp stuff, and you're going to get smashed.
I just feel like we have learned after the last few years how to make Tuesday baseball work. And I think a lot of those players know that. And I mean, just to get that extra time and, you might be in a slump, you might be looking to break something. That's where these games are designed for.
Yeah, correct. And I feel a lot better this year as far as the depth of our pitching staff goes. I feel really good about going into Tuesdays. I was just discussing it with Coach Zuniga, and I said, wow, what a difference a year makes.
So do you think you have 2 more players depth-wise that will add enough to give you rotation there?
Yeah, absolutely. 2 to 4 or 5. Like I said, Coach Zuniga did a fabulous job. I can't wait for everyone to see this product out on the field.
Well, obviously, baseball, like all college sports, has been affected by the COVID part. It's going to still be around even when we get to the baseball season. What are some of the steps that you're telling these players to take care of themselves, to make sure you're fine and you're not looking at cancellations or postponements?
Yeah, I mean, we're just following the protocols. I think NM State has done a fabulous job on getting out in front of COVID from right when it started. Their communication, our testing, them not being scared to move on the fly a little bit. So I really think that we're getting ahead of it and we're getting this thing turned around.
Well, speaking of turnaround, I think a lot of Aggie fans, diehards, are always trying to figure out what's it going to take to get this WAC tournament under control. It seems like Holcomb Field is like a cursed place for New Mexico State. There's superstitions in baseball, and that's been a certain part. What are some of the things that you're preparing these players for so they know that, hey, we're going to go in there, and when we face a Grand Canyon, whoever we face, we're ready to go?
Yeah, last year was my first time going to that WAC conference tournament. So I'll be a little more prepared for it. And just for the guys, some of those guys have been to that field a number of times, and what they want to do is be the last ones there and dogpiling on the mound.
That's always the key.
Absolutely.
And I hope that could happen. And I know that you're the guy that's going to look to doing that, because that's what it's going to be. I want to talk a little bit more about this WAC conference here. Incarnate World, would they be in by next season, or are they going to be in this season to play?
I want to say that they're going to be in this season.
This season.
Yes.
Okay. So you'll get a chance to face them.
Correct.
Okay. And then you got Grand Canyon, also another team that seems to just have this little rivalry with us that goes in, but it gets a little heated when you go over there and play.
Yeah, Andy does a nice job over there, and a lot of these guys know one another. They've grown up. All the kids from Arizona, So they have all played on different club teams, and whether someone might like someone or not, it really just comes down to competing. You know.
Well, I'll tell you what, our players are used to Arizona, but they also love, there's a little bit of the big time Arizona because you got them Major League Baseball during the preseason that's there. You got all the baseball part. So when they're there, it really is like a little home field for our players, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Talk a little bit more about college baseball in the upcoming season. What are some of the new rules that we're going to be looking out for? Anything that's going to be interesting that that caught your eye or anything?
Not really. I mean, they had last year, they had a rule where if the pitcher was engaged with the rubber, so say I'm the pitcher and I'm getting a sign from the catcher, and if I stepped off the mound, maybe I was confused, then I would get a warning. If it happens again, it's a ball.
A ball.
Yeah, and I was like, well, what do you want him to do? And then a runner he was at first base, went fake break, and then the guy stepped off, and the guy said, that's a ball. And I said, this is confusing, man. So they basically tried to speed the game up with a pitch clock, and I can't say that it worked. It works a whole lot,
Well, we saw that in minor league baseball, didn't we? Where we saw a shot clock, basically as a pitch count clock. I hope they don't want to incorporate that, but if that comes, how does a pitcher adjust? What are they going to have to learn?
It's I'm not a fan of it. I'm a fan of quick games. I'm all about throwing strikes, playing catch, putting the ball into play, keeping the game at 2.5 hours, 3 hours. 2.5 is awesome for me. I'm all about it. I don't necessarily think having the clock like that is the way to go, but this game's been played for hundreds of years. So,
well, what about like extra inning play, like Major League adjusted to having a second runner? Do you think that would be, a person start their base on second base? Do you think that's something college could adjust to?
Correct. That is, Ernesto, they did have that rule in place last year, extra inning games, and you would have to agree on it at the home plate meeting. Hey, if we go to extra innings, do you want to start a runner at second?
Yeah, could you see that being done in college though?
Oh, that is a rule.
Oh, that is a rule.
That is a rule. I have to look to make sure it's still a rule this year. I know it was last year because we had to bunch up a bunch of games. We all had a lot of doubleheaders and 4-game series and not enough pitching. And what they were worried about was some game going 18 innings and blowing out some pitching. So I'm not sure that that's in place this year.
Well, I'll tell you what, the bats made a difference not that long ago to change the way the scores would be in baseball and how far people are hitting part. You still think it's making a change, or have they made any changes to the bats these days?
I think the bats and the pitching are at a good spot right now. Back in the day when I was at Cal State Fullerton in 1995, we won the national championship, and I can tell you that the scores again with the best pitching in the whole country were like 19-15.
I remember those.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And those bats, you could really only use those bats for about 5 games, and they would literally just be dented and flat, building compression inside of them. We get bat tested before every game all year long.
Wow.
Yeah. The bats are brought in on, they're tested before batting practice on Friday or Friday afternoon. They go through a calibration, a little sleeve that goes over it to make sure that it's not dented, and then they put a sticker on it.
That's a lot of costs too for bats, I'm going to guess.
Yeah, equipment is expensive. Those bats are $350. We actually swing Anderson bats. Anderson has been extremely good to us and taking care of the kids. All of our guys get free bats, whatever they need, as well as Anderson bats purchases gloves for them, so we're able to some gloves for everyone on the team this year as well.
I always think the hardest part, though, for at least Aggie baseball, anytime, is just the wind. There's going to be a day where you got the wind, it's just blowing, and it's out there, but the fans still make it out. Stadiums accommodated that as well. But it's something you tell all the players, hey, get ready for this couple of days, couple weekends, you're going to have wind one. So that'll either be a good thing for you or a bad thing for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I take that as a great opportunity when the wind, like it was a little breezy today, go to pop fly communication, get some alignments going, because the ball, it's hard to throw when the wind's going 30 miles an hour and you're trying to throw the baseball, it gets blowing all over the field. You better see it out of his hand and move your feet.
Stats wise, I know all players are involved in stats. You're the coach that's probably going to say, we got a game going. You'll worry about the stats afterwards. But obviously, a lot of goals are set up in mind. What are the big goals that you have this year?
I'd really like to win 40 games this year. That's what we're talking about, and trying to take this program to another level, win a regional, and get to a super regional.
How great would it be to take these kids to Omaha?
Oh, it would be fabulous. And you know what? I can tell you that I am going to take them to Omaha because they're on my schedule this year.
Omaha Omaha University.
Actually, we're going to play University of Nebraska, my old stomping ground.
Oh,
But you fly into Omaha, and I'm going to take the kids right by that stadium. Right.
So as soon as they get out of the airport, all right, we're driving there. I want you guys to see it.
We go right by it.
And then you're going to go to Lincoln?
Correct. We're going to go to Lincoln, play them on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and then fly out Thursday morning, fly from direct from Omaha to Vegas, and then bus up and play Dixie State for our first WAC opponent.
Soon there'll be Utah Tech, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think so.
I don't know if they'll be by that time.
Yeah, who knows?
Well,
But
yeah. You want to show them where the goal is.
Absolutely. That place, I've been fortunate enough to be in that stadium a number of times. When I was at University of Nebraska, we played Creighton in there and probably only get like 17,000.
1 month away, UIC, right? Is that who we are?
Correct.
That's Incarnate Word or UIC. I can't remember what UIC stands for on this end. That's okay. We can look at that.
All right. Yeah.
We'll find it. But it's a month away, Presley Askew Field. So plenty of time to get season tickets. I always like taking my son, and they always like going after the foul balls and turning him in for some stuff that comes around. That's always great.
That's awesome.
And of course, I can't forget the dollar hot dogs. I also love that one too. So that's going to be great. You got something there you wanted to?
Yeah. We are. Thanks for asking. No, we have our first pitch dinner that's going to be February 11th, and it's going to be out at the Farm and Ranch Museum. We're going to have a number of awesome auction items and a couple guest speakers.
Oh, you got a surprise in mind?
Surprise.
Some Major League players got some time to speak, right?
Well, yeah, or maybe some guy who goes, strike three.
I know who you might be talking about.
Correct. Or if, like I said, if that MLB lockout is happening, know that I'm going to get on my phone immediately and try to get some ex-players that are big leaguers out here to pump the boys up.
Who's the biggest big leaguer that you talk to right now? That's your ex that you
I just texted with Matt Chapman last night.
Wow, how's he doing?
He's awesome. He's just an unbelievable person. Michael Lorenzen donated $7,500 to our fundraiser earlier. I mean, he doesn't have to do that. He didn't play here,
But he trusts you.
Yes, exactly. But he just doesn't have to do that. So that meant a lot to me to have him do that for our boys. Phil Bickford that pitches for the Dodgers, and JD Davis that plays for the Mets.
And does Mario Mocha get a chance to throw the ball for the first pitch sometime?
Mario can do whatever he wants. He is a boss. But I can tell you, I've seen Mario hit in the cages a few times, and he can still smash. He loves hitting the ball the other way, for sure. But I was pretty surprised. But he's a character.
What message do you give to Aggie fans? Why do they need to be out of Presley Askew Field this year?
Come out and bring some energy and watch the boys. I think you're really, really, really going to enjoy your product.
All right, and I also look forward to the days that we have the softball and baseball going at the same time. I always like those. I'm sure Coach Kathy wrote off, "Hey, don't hit them 2 minutes over here, Coach."
And she had some hitters that hit it to our field too. I look out and walking in the right field gate. I go, "Who are those girls? Are that someone girlfriend?" They go, "No, Skip. Those are probably the girls who are hitting the pumps out of their field." And I said, "Awesome."
If people want to donate, get involved in the program, how do they reach you? How do they get a hold of you?
Sure, you can go straight online. You can hit somebody up on Twitter. You can DM Coach Zuniga.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward. We're going to bring Coach Zuniga next time. Do you think we can get him in here?
Oh, absolutely.
And he'll talk pitching to us all day.
He would love it.
I'm sure. Did you like watching him during the World Series going, "Oh, that's going to go bad. Oh, I know what's coming next." Did he predict half that stuff?
I'm sure he does. He sees the game really, really well. So it'd be great to get him in here. He can start jumping back, speaking Spanish and English at 400 miles an hour. He's the best.
I'm looking forward to the season. We want you there. Month away. First pitch at Presley Askew Field. UIC is the opponent. Do not miss out. WAC season packages, great season tickets throughout the long. It's the best entertainment you're going to get. And of course, our local baseball teams are certainly going to be around. And the local coaches are starting to get to know you a little bit better, I've heard.
Yes, these people are awesome. Everyone I've come across has just been awesome.
And have you found a favorite Mexican restaurant and food place now?
I like La Posta.
Okay.
Yeah, I like La Posta. I'm not a big go out guy, but I've been to La Posta a few times and I'm on it.
Okay, so you got the green chili already in you now. That's in your system.
I had green chili chicken enchiladas last night, and I got leftovers tonight, big guy. Let's go.
Well, we also got some great green chili here at the Broken Spoke Tap House. But by the way, you're going to have to bring some of that to Nebraska. I don't think they're going to be used to that there.
No, we'll trade them some green chili for some corn.
There you go.
See how that goes.
Make sure to check out the season. It's going to be coming up, and get your tickets. 646-1420 Pan Am Ticket Office. We'll keep up to date with NMSU baseball with Coach Zuniga and more. Coach Kirby, we hope to have you back again, and we'll talk more and look forward to having us beat the Lobos, especially at Southwest Stadium over there.
Absolutely.
Do you like playing? Do the players get a little kick out of playing there?
I don't know how many times. A lot of my guys, I would say, I only have a couple guys on my team who've ever been there. Like I think I only have 3 guys left over from Coach Green.
Coach Green. Okay, so
yeah. But yeah, come see the Los Grinders.
There you go. Check it out. That's going to wrap it up for us here at the Broken Spoke Tap House. As for watching the Sea Valley News Sports Podcast, we'll talk with you next week.